1986, Chernobyl. Beneath the destroyed reactor. In complete darkness, in corridors filled with radioactive dust, Soviet scientists discovered something no one had ever seen before. A massive formation, like solidified lava, gray-black, heavy as a planet. They called it the elephant's foot. 30 seconds next to it, a lethal dose of radiation. 500 seconds, and you're dead within 2 days. One man walked up to it anyway and photographed it. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew the price. This is the story of the most dangerous object ever to exist on Earth, and the people who risked everything so the world could know the truth. What is the elephant's foot? When Reactor 4 exploded in April 1986, nobody understood what was happening inside. The temperature inside the destroyed reactor reached thousands of degrees. Nuclear fuel, uranium, graphite, concrete, metal, all melted together. This molten mass burned through the reactor floor and flowed downward through several floors of the building. There it stopped, solidified, and became what scientists would call corium, a substance that had never existed in nature before Chernobyl. The shape resembled an elephant's foot, massive, wrinkled, dark. Size, roughly 2 meters across. Weight, approximately 2 tons. And it was alive in the most terrifying sense of that word. Inside, a nuclear reaction was still occurring. Slow, smoldering, lethal. In 1986, scientists didn't know exactly how dangerous it was. They knew only one thing: no one should go near it.
The man with the camera. His name was Artur Korneyev, a Soviet scientist, a nuclear safety specialist, one of the people tasked with investigating what remained of the reactor. In December 1986, 8 months after the explosion, he descended into the basement of Reactor 4, alone, with a dosimeter and a camera. He found the elephant's foot. The dosimeter was maxing out. The readings were so high, the instruments couldn't measure them accurately. Korneyev took several steps forward, raised his camera, and took the photograph. That famous image the whole world has seen, a gray mass in a dark corridor, he took it. He would later say, "We didn't think about death. We thought about the fact that this information had to be obtained. Someone had to do it." The radiation dose he received that day, no one counted it precisely. Korneyev continued working in the zone for many more years. He survived, but his health was permanently destroyed.
Why it's still dangerous today? Nearly 40 years have passed. The elephant's foot is still there, in the basement of the destroyed Reactor 4, beneath the sarcophagus built in haste in 1986 and replaced with a new shelter in 2016. Over the decades, it has cooled slightly. The radiation has decreased, but not significantly. Today, a person can stand near the elephant's foot for approximately 4 minutes without immediate consequences. But long-term effects, cancer, organ damage, are guaranteed even from brief exposure. Scientists still don't know precisely what is happening inside this mass. The nuclear reaction continues, slowly, unstoppably. By some calculations, the elephant's foot will remain lethally dangerous for thousands of years. Think about that. 1,000 years from now, when no one alive remembers Chernobyl, this mass will still be killing.
What this means. The elephant's foot is not just a radioactive object. It is a monument to human error that does not disappear. Most of our mistakes fade with time. Words spoken in anger, decisions made in haste, relationships broken through carelessness. But some mistakes, especially those made when people choose the system over truth, secrecy over safety, leave a mark that outlives generations. Soviet engineers knew about the flaws in the RBMK reactor design. They knew years before the explosion. Documents existed. They were classified. One decision to hide the truth created an object that will kill people 1,000 years after everyone involved is long dead. That is the lesson of the elephant's foot. The truth hidden today is the poison that kills tomorrow. One wife, one lesson.